What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy RobinKey. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the videos, comment and tell me what you think about what I post. Today we're going to discuss one of my favorite topics, and that is trading. So I'm just going to cover a few points, basically just taking you through what trading is, what is fundamentals, what is technical trading, how to make money with trading, and most importantly, how to avoid scammers in trading. Stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so to begin with, what is trading? All right, so I'm just gonna read you the definition from my Google search. All right, so it says it is the act of buying and selling financial instruments, in brackets, like shares, Forex, and indices, without directly owning them, in the hopes of making a profit from changes in their price movements. So that's basically what Forex is, right? So you are buying and selling financial instruments, and your main aim is to make a profit out of the changes in the price movements. Okay, so we're gonna just throw in a few examples just so that you get a better understanding. All right, so let's take a look at currencies, right? So if you are traveling to a different country and you need to now change from your South African rands, okay, to dollar because you're going to the States. Okay, so obviously you cannot use rands in a different country that does not use rands. Okay, so you need to change your currency into a different currency. Okay, so you go to the bank or any financial institution that actually deal with foreign exchange markets, and you give them your rands, and in exchange of that they give you dollars that is equivalent to the rands that you gave them, right? So that you can use that currency in whatever country you're traveling in. So that is trading on itself. So now it gets deeper because now there is what we call an exchange rate. Okay, so an exchange rate is exactly what the rand equals to the dollar. Okay, so that price, if for an example we say $1 equals to 15 rand, all right, standard $1 equals to 15 rand. So if you have 15 rand and you're planning on traveling to the States, right, you're only gonna have $1. That's basically what it means. However, the trick now is that the exchange rate is what changes every single minute, every single second. Okay, so you can go to the bank 2 hours later and they might tell you that now the dollar equals to 16 rand or the dollar equals to 14 rand. So your aim in trading is to make that 1 rand profit. Do you understand? So if you think the dollar is going to be 16 rand, then you should be making a profit of 1 rand. So it's either you're buying or you're selling. Okay, so that's basically what what trading is, right? So now that you understand what Forex trading is, and you have an idea what Forex trading is, let's get deeper and find out how you can make money in Forex. Stay tuned. Okay, so how do you make money in Forex? I mean, that's the question that everyone is asking, right? So in Forex, you've got what we call pairs, all right? So if you have, for an example, the dollar versus rand, okay? So these two pairs would be compared to each other because different pairs have different exchange rates, okay? So the dollar to the rand would be 15 rand, for an example. So 15 rand would buy you $1, okay? Like the example that I gave. So how would you then make money out of this transaction? All right, well, first we have what we call a base, right? A base currency, which is simply just the first currency that comes in a pair. All right, so the first currency is what we call a base currency. And then we've got what we call a counter currency or a quote, right, which is the second pair that comes in. So if you look at it properly in the forex market, all pairs, it's basically a pair. So it will be two currencies paired together, all right, and we call that a pair, right? So if you have the US dollar versus the South African rand, that is a pair, and it will then give you the exchange rate next to it. Okay, so in this example, let's just say $1 equals to 15 rand. Okay, so like I said, the market fluctuates every single second, so it's always on the move, and now your aim is to make a profit out of that movement. So in a graph, so if you take a look at the graph, right, you would see that it goes up and then at some point it goes down. So you still need to keep in mind of what pair you are looking at. So you are looking at the USD versus the ZAR, all right? So the USD is the base. So whatever that is happening in that graph, if it's going up, that means the USD is doing good. If it's going down, that means the USD is doing bad. But what is it doing good and bad against? Well, basically against the ZAR, because it is paired with the ZAR. So if the graph goes up, then that means the USD is doing better than the ZAR, meaning the currency is increasing, which means buying the USD using ZAR costs you more. Does that make sense? So if the graph goes up, that means the USD is doing better, which means it's going to be more expensive for the ZAR to buy the USD. And that's basically what you're trading. So you need to make sure that you catch those movements in the right directions. So in the forex market, you have two options, whether to buy or whether to sell. That's basically it. It's either you buying or you selling. So in that same example pair, if I buy, that means I'm basically saying the USD is going to do better than the ZAR. So let me pose a question. What would that mean to the graph? Would it mean that the graph needs to go up, or would it mean that the graph needs to go down? So if you said the graph has to go up, yes, that is the correct answer, because I am buying, basically I am buying the base currency, right? Because that is the main currency there. So the base currency, if I am buying, that means I am buying US dollars. And for me to make a profit, then US dollars value needs to be more than what I bought it with, and vice versa. So if I am selling that pair, that means I am selling the base currency, which means I am selling the US dollars. And for me to make a profit in the transaction, it would mean that the US dollar needs to lose value to the ZAR so that I can make a profit. Does that make sense? So that's basically it. Okay, so let's get into the different types of trading. So I'm going to discuss more on the fundamentals as well as the technical. Stay tuned, do take notes, and tell me what you think. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Tell me what you think about the videos. Let's go. Fundamental trading. So fundamental trading, it's basically trading the news. Okay, so it's trading the news. That's fundamental trading. So there's different type of news that you can trade. All right, so you've got the likes of non-firm payroll, which is NFP. You might know it as NFP. CPI. You've got interest rates, GDP. There's basically plenty of news that you can trade, you know, which would just require you to do more research on the country and whichever country that is associated with the pair that you're trading, and what is their financial goals, what is their plan, their countries, how they run the economy. You need to do all that research in order for you to trade fundamental. All right, so the advantages of trading fundamental is that you have more volatility when the news come out. So if the news come out at 2:30 for an example, that's when you're going to see the trade, or the graph rather, making big movements. All right, so that's basically what fundamental trading is all about. Okay, and I think that's more that I can touch on. There's nothing more complicated than that. Obviously the complicated part is getting the direction right and doing your research properly. But fundamental just basically means news trading. That's it, right? So let's get into the more complicated one, which is the technical side of it. Let's go. So the technical trading. Now we speak graphs. We speak in graphs. We speak in support and resist. We speak in trend lines. We are speaking strategies. We are speaking candlesticks. All right. So all of that is technical trading. All right. So you need to now look at the graph. You need to find points that you feel that are repeating themselves from the previous movements, right? You need to analyze the chart. More or less what I could put it in, focus in the next movement, right? So you need to be drawing lines on the graph. You need to find your support and resist, which is just basically trading terms for your supply and demand zones. You need to find trend lines. It's just basically more technical. You are trading not because of the news release, not because of what the country is planning to do, but you are trading more using the graph and analyzing what is more possible to take place in the graph, right? So it's more in depth. It's more requiring your time. It's more requiring your knowledge. You need to understand what candlesticks are. You need to understand what confirmations are. Okay, so that's going to be my next video when I get deeper into trading. Now I'm just making you understand the two types of different tradings that you can find. So yeah, the technical. So if you are the person that loves graphs, that want to spend a bit of more time on your laptop or your phone analyzing these charts, drawing lines, and identifying a pattern. All right, so this is the type of trading you'd be more interested in. Okay, now the last tip that I want to share with you guys is how to avoid being scammed in trading, because that's a big topic. How to avoid being scammed in trading. All right, so stay tuned. If you're still watching the video, clearly you do like the content that I am posting. Please make sure that you do subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, tell me what you think, tell me what you want to see on your next video, and thank you for the support. Stay tuned for the tip for the day. So how do we avoid being scammed in trading? Oh, well, the simplest way to put it, don't ever follow easy money. Okay, so easy money is mostly either a criminal activity or it's a scam. That's just the way to put it. You can never make money easy. So trading is not an easy journey. However, it does have a huge opportunity of making a large amount of income. It's gonna take you a lot of work. So if you're being inboxed on your social medias about investment products, if you put 500 you're gonna get 5,000 in 2 weeks, that's already a red flag. That's already a scamming approach. You know, no one is gonna come approach you and want your money to make more money. That never makes sense, right? So if you're being approached for anything that is account management related, you are most likely to be scammed. Okay, if you're being approached to invest in certain products, you're most likely to be scammed. So when you do get an interest in trading and you want to find yourself in a mentorship, you need to make sure that that mentor is legit, because there's a lot of fake accounts about mentors. There's copy, like they would literally post everything that the actual person is posting, and all those things, they scams accounts. So you need to make sure, you need to verify that the account holder is the actual person. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do that. You can either wait until they host lives, then you can actually see this is the actual person before you purchase the mentorship. All right, there's no such thing as easy money. Everything that you do get in trading, you worked hard for it. It is not a get rich scheme, so you will never make money overnight. It just needs you to put a lot of work. So stay away from anyone that is approaching you to trade with them, or for them to manage your trading accounts. That is a scam activity. Trading is not a scam. However, there are people in trading that use it as a scam. So be aware, guys. Thank you very much. This is the end of the day. Do subscribe, please don't forget. And thank you very much for your support. See you on the next video.